Welcome to our channel History of Coins, where we explore the hidden gems of numismatics. In today's video, we're diving into the fascinating world of U.S. state quarter-dollar coins, as some of these coins are rare and can make you rich overnight. In this video, we are gonna uncover the rarest coins and their values. So make sure to watch the complete video and find out if you have one of these. Now let's continue our today's video. Top 1 today. We're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and collectible coins ever released in the United States, the Kentucky State Quarter from the year 2001. At first glance, it might seem like just another piece of pocket change, but this little coin carries a big story, and in some cases, a surprisingly big price tag. So, sit back, relax, and let's uncover what makes the 2001 Kentucky State Quarter such a hidden treasure in the world of numismatics. The Kentucky State Quarter was part of the famous 50 State Quarters program launched by the U.S. Mint, one of the most popular coin series in American history. Each state was celebrated with its own unique design, and Kentucky's coin was released as the 15th in the series, representing the Commonwealth of Kentucky's proud heritage and history. Minted in the year 2001, this coin was struck at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints and instantly captured the attention of collectors and historians alike for its detailed design and symbolic message. Let's take a closer look at this coin's design because it truly reflects the soul of Kentucky. The reverse side of the coin features the famous Federal Hill Mansion, also known as My Old Kentucky Home, surrounded by a decorative horse fence and a majestic thoroughbred horse looking proudly outward. This imagery perfectly symbolizes the state's deep connection to horse breeding, the Kentucky Derby, and the rolling bluegrass fields that make it world famous. Above the design, you'll find the words "My Old Kentucky Home," a tribute to the state song that has echoed for generations. The year of minting, 2001, and the state's admission into the Union in 1792 are also engraved, creating a timeless tribute to Kentucky's culture and legacy. The obverse side, like all state quarters, features the familiar profile of George Washington. But even here, subtle differences in strike, tone, and minting quality can determine whether your coin is just worth 25 cents or potentially worth a small fortune. Now, what really makes the Kentucky State Quarter fascinating for collectors are its rare minting errors and special varieties. While millions of these coins were produced for general circulation, only a few have stood out due to unique mistakes that occurred during the minting process. These errors can dramatically increase a coin's value because they're rare, distinctive, and completely unintentional. Little accidents that make them one-of-a-kind treasures. One of the most desirable varieties of this coin is the double die error, where the design elements appear slightly duplicated or shadowed. You might notice this doubling on the horse, the fence posts, or even the words Kentucky and 1792. Collectors go crazy for clear doubling because it's a visible, undeniable minting flaw that can transform an ordinary quarter into a rare collectible. Another interesting and valuable error is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin blank, or planchet, is not perfectly aligned during the minting process. As a result, parts of the design may be missing or appear shifted, giving the coin a unique and misaligned appearance. The greater the percentage of off-center strike while still showing the date and key design elements, the higher its potential value among collectors. There are also coins struck on the wrong metal planchets. For example, a Kentucky quarter mistakenly struck on a planchet meant for a nickel or a foreign coin. These types of errors are extremely rare and have been known to sell for astonishing prices at auctions. Each one tells a story of how unpredictable the minting process can be and how a small error can create a truly unique piece of American history. Even without errors, pristine condition Kentucky State Quarters, those that are uncirculated, perfectly struck, and preserved in mint state, are highly sought after. Coins graded MS67 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can command impressive premiums. Collectors appreciate these coins not only for their flawless appearance, but also because they represent the highest quality examples of modern U.S. minting craftsmanship. For serious numismatists, owning a top-grade or error version of the 2001 Kentucky State Quarter isn't just about the money. It's about holding a piece of history that connects to America's culture, its artistry, and its evolving story told through coinage. These coins symbolize more than just currency. They embody the pride of a nation and the craftsmanship of an era when coin collecting reached new heights of popularity. So, how valuable can this coin really be? Well, some of the rarest Kentucky state quarters, especially those featuring dramatic minting errors or preserved in exceptional condition, have been known to fetch extraordinary prices at major coin auctions. And in one remarkable case, a Kentucky state quarter from 2001 sold for an unbelievable $84,000. Imagine finding one of these coins sitting unnoticed in your collection, your coin jar, or even in your pocket change. That's what makes coin collecting so thrilling. The idea that a simple quarter, something we often overlook, could turn out to be a hidden fortune. So next time you come across a 2001 Kentucky quarter, take a careful look at it. Examine its details, check for errors, and appreciate the artistry behind it. You never know, your next coin discovery could be the one that changes everything. Top 2, we're diving into one of the most fascinating and often overlooked coins in the entire United States quarter series, the 2009 Guam State Quarter. At first glance, it may look like just another coin from your change, but this one carries a story that connects history, culture, and rarity in a truly special way. And for a few lucky collectors, it has also brought unbelievable fortune. So stay tuned till the end, because you'll want to know just how much this unassuming little coin can be worth. The Guam Quarter was released in 2009 as part of the U.S. Mint's District of Columbia and U.S. Territories Quarters program, which came right after the incredibly successful 50-state quarters series. This particular coin represents the island of Guam, a U.S. territory located in the western Pacific Ocean. Even though it's small in size, Guam has played a major role in American and world history, and this coin was created to celebrate its cultural and historical importance. Now, let's take a closer look at its design. The reverse side of the coin is a masterpiece of symbolism. It features a beautifully engraved outline of the island of Guam itself, along with a traditional sailing canoe known as a flying prow. Next to it, you'll notice the ancient latte stone pillars, powerful symbols of Guam's indigenous Chamorro heritage. The words Guam and Guahin Itano Manchamorro, meaning Guam, land of the Chamorro, are inscribed proudly on the coin, connecting the modern territory to its ancient roots. This elegant design represents pride, resilience, and the strength of a people who have endured and thrived through centuries of change. The obverse side of the coin features the familiar profile of George Washington, as seen on all quarters, but like every coin in the series, the true magic lies in the details, and sometimes in the minting mistakes that no one expected. You see, while millions of Guam quarters were minted for circulation, a small number of them contain fascinating minting errors that make them extremely valuable to collectors. These errors transform an everyday coin into something truly special, and they can multiply the value of the coin by thousands of times. One of the most notable types of errors found in some Guam quarters is the double die strike. This happens when the coin is struck twice by the die, causing parts of the design to appear slightly doubled or shadowed. If you look closely, you might see this doubling on the lettering, the outline of the island, or even the canoe. For collectors, such details are like fingerprints, unique and irreplaceable. A clean, visible double die error can dramatically raise the coin's market value, especially when the rest of the coin remains in pristine condition. Another fascinating error is the off-center strike. This occurs when the coin blank is not perfectly aligned during minting, causing the design to appear shifted or incomplete. The more dramatic the misalignment, the rarer and more valuable the coin becomes, as long as the date and major features are still visible. These off-center Guam quarters are instantly recognizable and often spark bidding wars among collectors who know just how special they are. Then there's the rare possibility of a coin being struck on the wrong planchet, a blank intended for another denomination, like a dime or nickel. Imagine a quarter-sized design struck on a smaller or thinner piece of metal. These hybrid minting errors are almost never seen in circulation, and when they do appear, their value skyrockets. What also adds to the uniqueness of the 2009 Guam Quarter is the timing of its release. It was minted during the U.S. economic recession, a period when production numbers were lower than in previous years. This means fewer coins were made, making high-grade specimens harder to find. Add in the fact that this coin represents a U.S. territory, not one of the 50 states, and you have a piece that stands apart in the series. Collectors appreciate it for both its rarity and its historical representation of America's extended identity beyond the mainland. For coin enthusiasts, the Guam quarter is more than just metal. It's a story of exploration, culture, and craftsmanship. Its blend of artistry and symbolism captures Guam's spirit perfectly. The canoe speaks of navigation and endurance, the latte stones of strength and stability, and the island outline of unity and pride. Every element was chosen carefully, turning a simple coin into a cultural emblem. Now, let's talk about condition. The key to any coin's value lies in how well it's preserved. Coins that remain in mint or uncirculated condition, with no scratches, discoloration, or wear, are the ones that truly command attention in the collector market. A 2009 Guam quarter graded MS67 or higher can already be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on the buyer. Combine that with a rare minting error, and the price can climb to levels that leave collectors astonished. Imagine this: a coin that once cost 25 cents being sold for enough to buy a new car or even a small home. That's not a dream. It's a reality that has happened for some collectors who stumbled upon exceptional examples of this coin.so. How much can the rarest 2009 Guam State quarter actually be worth? Well, one extraordinary specimen, featuring a stunning minting error and preserved in flawless condition, was once valued at an incredible $81,000. That's right, $81,000 for a single quarter-dollar coin. It's almost hard to believe that something so small could hold such a massive value. But that's the beauty of coin collecting. It's not just about money. It's about history, art, and discovery. So the next time you get change at the store or go through an old coin jar, take a moment to check your quarters carefully. You never know what kind of treasure might be hiding in plain sight. Maybe, just maybe, you'll find a 2009 Guam quarter with that rare spark of perfection, the kind that turns an ordinary coin into an extraordinary fortune. Top 3, we're uncovering the story of a remarkable piece of modern American coinage, the 2015 Saratoga State Quarter. At first glance, it may look like just another coin you'd find in your pocket or change jar, but this one holds a fascinating story, filled with history, symbolism, and rarity. Some versions of this coin have sold for truly jaw-dropping prices, and by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why collectors are willing to pay so much for this small, yet powerful piece of history. So sit back, listen carefully, and let's explore the incredible world of the Saratoga Quarter. The Saratoga Quarter was released in 2015 as part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, which honored national parks and historic sites across the United States. This coin specifically commemorates the momentous Battle of Saratoga, one of the most significant events in the American Revolutionary War. The battle marked the turning point that convinced the world that America's fight for independence could actually succeed. The design of the coin captures that moment perfectly. On the reverse side, you'll see the symbolic image of a sword being surrendered, British General John Burgoyne's sword handed to American General Horatio Gates after the historic battle victory in 1777. Above the image, you'll find the word Saratoga, along with New York and the year 2015. This design tells the story of victory, unity, and the dawn of American independence. It's a coin that doesn't just hold value in metal, but in meaning. The obverse, as always, features the familiar portrait of George Washington, a design that has been the face of the quarter for generations. But in the world of coin collecting, the smallest differences in how these designs were struck can mean the difference between a simple 25-cent piece and a coin worth thousands. Now, let's talk about what makes this coin so special. While millions of Saratoga quarters were produced, only a small number were minted with exceptional quality or rare minting errors that make them incredibly desirable to collectors. These errors often happen accidentally during production but create unique, one-of-a-kind coins that can never be replicated. One of the most sought-after errors found in the Saratoga quarter is the double die error. This occurs when the coin is struck twice by the die in slightly different positions, causing certain features, like the sword, the lettering, or even Washington's profile, to appear doubled or shadowed. The effect can be subtle or quite noticeable, but either way, collectors love it because no two double die errors are ever exactly alike. Another valuable mistake is the off-center strike. This happens when the blank planchet is not perfectly aligned in the press, resulting in a design that looks slightly shifted or incomplete. These off-center Saratoga quarters can vary in degree, but the more dramatic the misalignment, the rarer and more valuable the coin becomes, especially if the date and main design are still visible. There are also examples of coins struck on the wrong planchet, blanks intended for other denominations, or even foreign coins. These rare errors are almost mythical among collectors, since they usually leave the mint by accident. Imagine discovering a Saratoga quarter struck on a dime's metal planchet, thinner, lighter, and completely out of place. These kinds of finds can turn into true treasures. Beyond the mint errors, the condition of the coin plays a major role in determining its worth. Coins that have never entered circulation, those kept in mint or proof condition, are incredibly valuable. These uncirculated coins have sharp details, bright luster, and no scratches or signs of wear. Professional grading services like PCGS or NGC assign them grades on a scale, and those graded MS68 or higher are extremely rare and can fetch astonishing prices. The 2015 Saratoga quarter is also special because it's part of a modern series that many collectors underestimate. While older coins often get all the attention, these newer quarters have started gaining strong popularity, especially as collectors complete their America the Beautiful sets. And because the Saratoga design marks such a historic moment in U.S. history, it has quickly become one of the standout pieces in the series. Collectors also appreciate the artistic composition of this coin. The image of a sword surrendering is rare in world coinage. It represents humility, honor, and victory all at once. It captures not just a military triumph, but a shift in destiny, the moment America's independence became inevitable. Holding this coin feels like holding a piece of that moment, a tangible connection to the courage and determination that shaped a nation. Now, here's where it gets exciting. Some of the rarest versions of the 2015 Saratoga quarter, especially those with dramatic minting errors or near-perfect condition, have achieved jaw-dropping auction results. These aren't just coins. They're tiny masterpieces of history that collectors dream of finding. Just imagine, a coin you might have once overlooked in your change turning out to be worth more than you ever expected. That's what makes coin collecting so thrilling. The possibility that something so ordinary could hold an extraordinary secret. It's the art of discovery, the thrill of history, and the passion of those who look beyond the surface. And now for the moment you've been waiting for, the value reveal. Among the rarest known examples of the 2015 Saratoga quarter, one exceptional coin featuring a spectacular minting error and preserved in flawless condition sold for an unbelievable $79,000. That's right, $79,000 for a single quarter. Incredible, isn't it? So, the next time you get change back from a store or sift through your coin jar, take a closer look. You never know when a Saratoga quarter might be hiding in plain sight, waiting for someone with a keen eye to discover its true worth. It might just be your turn to uncover a rare treasure that tells the story of America's victory and the value of curiosity. Top 4. Today's journey takes us into the heart of one of America's most powerful symbols, the Empire State itself. We're talking about the 2001 New York State Quarter, a coin that not only celebrates one of the most iconic states in the United States, but also holds incredible stories of history, design, and rare value. You may have handled this coin before without realizing that some special versions are worth an unbelievable amount of money. So stay tuned until the end, because this little piece of metal might just surprise you with how valuable it can truly be. The New York State Quarter was released in 2001 as part of the U.S. Mint's legendary 50 State Quarters program, which ran from 1999 to 2008. Each coin in this series was designed to represent the spirit, culture, and history of one of the 50 states. When it came time to honor New York, the U.S. Mint faced a unique challenge. How do you capture the essence of a state that's home to one of the greatest cities on earth, the gateway to millions of immigrants, and a symbol of freedom for the world? The result was a breathtaking design that has become one of the most memorable in the entire series. The reverse side of the coin beautifully displays an outline of the state of New York, with the Statue of Liberty proudly standing in the foreground. Rays of light stretch outward, symbolizing New York's influence and the gateway it represents for people from all over the world. Across the design are the words "Gateway to Freedom," a powerful tribute to the millions who arrived in America through Ellis Island, seeking a new beginning. You can also see the year 1788, when New York became the 11th state to join the Union, along with the year 2001, marking the coin's release. It's a design filled with meaning, pride, and heritage. The obverse side, like all state quarters, features the familiar portrait of George Washington. But when it comes to the New York quarter, certain subtle differences during the minting process have made some examples stand out dramatically in the collector's market. While millions of these coins were produced across both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, not all of them came out perfectly. During production, a small number of errors occurred, and those errors turned ordinary coins into extraordinary treasures. One of the most fascinating and valuable errors seen in the 2001 New York quarter is the double die strike. This happens when the coin is struck twice by the die in slightly different positions, creating a shadow-like doubling effect on parts of the design. On this particular coin, doubling can appear on the words New York, on the rays of light, or even on Lady Liberty's torch. These visible distortions make each coin unique, and collectors love that. No two are exactly alike. Another rare error is the off-center strike. This occurs when the coin blank isn't perfectly aligned during minting, causing the design to appear shifted or incomplete. The more dramatic the off-center placement, the higher the value, especially if both the date and key design elements are still visible. Some of these off-center New York quarters have sold for truly surprising amounts, depending on how rare the strike is. There are also rare examples of the coin being struck on the wrong planchet, a blank intended for a different coin denomination, such as a nickel or dime. These are among the rarest types of minting errors, since they result in an incorrect weight, size, or metal composition. A New York quarter struck on a foreign or mismatched planchet becomes an instant prize for collectors because it shouldn't exist at all. Beyond minting errors, condition plays a massive role in determining the coin's worth. Most New York quarters circulated heavily, meaning they've seen plenty of wear and tear over the years. However, those that were saved right after minting and kept in pristine, uncirculated condition, with sharp details, full luster, and no scratches, can be worth far more than face value. Coins graded by professional services such as PCGS or NGC at mint state 68 or higher are exceptionally hard to find and highly prized among serious collectors. Another factor that adds to the appeal of this coin is timing. The year 2001 holds deep emotional and historical significance for New York and the United States as a whole. For many collectors, owning the 2001 New York State quarter isn't just about collecting a coin. It's about holding a piece of American history, a reminder of strength, resilience, and unity. That emotional connection gives the coin an added sense of importance beyond its metal value. When you look closely at this coin, every detail tells a story. The Statue of Liberty, symbolizing hope and freedom, the outline of New York, representing progress and opportunity, and the rays of light, symbolizing how New York's influence extends far beyond its borders. It's no wonder that collectors consider it one of the most meaningful and beautifully designed coins in modern American history. Now let's talk about value, because this is where things get truly exciting. Among all the 2001 New York quarters ever minted, the ones that combine rarity, exceptional condition, and unique minting errors have become the most valuable. Some of these special quarters have appeared at major coin auctions and stunned collectors with their final selling prices. Imagine holding a coin that once cost 25 cents, only to find out it's worth more than a luxury car. That's the magic of numismatics, the thrill of discovery and the power of history captured in metal. And now, the moment you've been waiting for, the rarest and most valuable version of the 2001 New York State quarter, featuring a remarkable minting error and preserved in flawless, uncirculated condition, has been valued at an incredible $77,000. Yes, you heard that right. $77,000 for a single $quarter coin. It's almost unbelievable, but it's proof that even modern coins can hide treasures beyond imagination. So, the next time you go through your change or open an old coin jar, take a closer look at any New York quarters you find. You might just be holding one of the rarest and most valuable pieces of modern U.S. coinage without even knowing it. Top 5. We're traveling straight to the land of Lincoln, the great state of Illinois, to uncover the incredible story behind the 2003 Illinois State Quarter. At first glance, it might seem like just another piece of change in your pocket, but hidden among millions of these coins are a few extraordinary examples that collectors are going crazy over. These special coins have become rare treasures worth thousands of dollars, and one particular Illinois quarter has even been valued at an astonishing $75,000. Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll see exactly why this coin is so special and why every collector wants one in their collection. The Illinois State Quarter was released in 2003 as part of the U.S. Mint's legendary 50 State Quarters program, a series that celebrated the unique history and culture of each American state. For Illinois, the design had to capture something truly meaningful, something that represented not only the state's rich past, but also its pride, progress, and people. And the Mint absolutely delivered. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll see a detailed outline of the state of Illinois with a young Abraham Lincoln proudly standing in the center, symbolizing the state's most famous son and his early years spent in Illinois before becoming one of the greatest presidents in U.S. history. To the left of Lincoln, you'll notice a Chicago skyline with soaring skyscrapers, while to the right, a farm field stretches toward the horizon. Together, they represent Illinois' transformation from humble farmland to one of the most powerful industrial and cultural centers in the nation. At the top, the coin reads, "Land of Lincoln." And the year 1818 marks the moment Illinois joined the Union. That it's a design filled with American spirit, from agriculture to innovation, from hard work to leadership. But beyond its design, some Illinois quarters have become worth incredible sums because of what went wrong during the minting process. These rare minting mistakes are what makes certain 2003 Illinois quarters true collectors' dreams. One of the most valuable errors is known as the double die error. This happens when the die, the metal stamp that strikes the coin, hits the planchet twice in slightly different positions. On the Illinois quarter, this can cause doubling on Lincoln's figure, the lettering, or the state outline. To the naked eye, it looks like parts of the design have been printed twice, and that small mistake can make all the difference in value. Coins showing strong, clear doubling are among the most sought after and can sell for thousands depending on condition and visibility of the error. Another remarkable variety involves off-center strikes. These errors occur when the blank planchet isn't perfectly centered under the die during minting, causing part of the design to be cut off. Sometimes only half of Lincoln appears, or part of the Chicago skyline is missing, and that's exactly what makes collectors rush to own them. The more dramatic the misalignment, the rarer and more valuable the coin becomes, especially if both the date and the word Illinois remain visible. But perhaps the most thrilling error of all is when an Illinois quarter is struck on the wrong planchet, meaning it was accidentally made using a blank mint for another denomination, like a nickel or dime. Because the metal composition and size are completely different, these coins have a unique weight and feel. They are true minting anomalies, the kind of coins that should never exist, yet somehow slip through the system. When authenticated by professional grading services, these rare pieces can bring unbelievable prices at auction. Now, let's talk about condition, the factor that can make an already rare coin skyrocket in value. Most Illinois quarters have circulated heavily since their release, which means they show signs of wear, scratches, or dull surfaces. But those few that have remained untouched, still shining with their original mint luster, are far more desirable. Collectors and investors specifically look for coins graded mint state by PCGS or NGC, with a grade of 68 or higher being extremely rare. A coin that's both in top condition and features a visible minting error is the perfect storm for value. And what makes the Illinois quarter even more meaningful is the story it tells. It's not just another coin. It's a tribute to Abraham Lincoln, a man who rose from humble beginnings to become a symbol of leadership, freedom, and equality. The design reflects his journey, standing proudly against the backdrop of both rural farmland and urban skylines, a reminder of America's growth and determination. Every line and detail in this coin captures the state's heart and the enduring legacy of its most famous resident. Collectors love coins that carry history, symbolism, and rarity, and the 2003 Illinois quarter has all three. It's a masterpiece of design combined with the intrigue of minting imperfections. For coin enthusiasts, Finding one of these rare versions feels like uncovering a hidden time capsule from America's story. Over the years, rare Illinois quarters have appeared at major coin shows and auctions, often selling for jaw-dropping prices. When a collector finds one with a strong double die, perfect off-center strike, or struck on the wrong planchet, the bidding wars begin. These coins are not just small pieces of metal. They are symbols of human error turned into collectible art, and their value continues to rise as more people discover the thrill of coin collecting. And now comes the moment you've been waiting for, the most exceptional version of the 2003 Illinois State Quarter, featuring a stunning minting error, pristine condition, and verified authenticity, has been valued at an incredible $75,000. Yes, you heard that right, $75,000 for a single quarter-dollar coin. It's unbelievable, but absolutely true. A tiny piece of metal once worth only 25 cents is now a rare treasure worth as much as a brand new luxury vehicle that the next time you check your change, look carefully. That simple Illinois quarter might not be so ordinary after all. It could be the very coin that changes your collection or even your fortune. Thank you for watching, my fellow collectors and history lovers. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the story of the Illinois State Quarter, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more rare coin discoveries, and tap the bell so you don't miss our next exciting episode. Remember, every coin has a hidden story, and sometimes that story is worth $75,000. Keep collecting, keep searching, and you might just find your next treasure waiting right in your pocket.